taking what they're giving, cause I'm working for a living.
This is the Check a Pro Radio Show. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Jim Klauck.
Hey, Houston, it is great to have you here on the Check a Pro Radio Show, my show. Do you know it's been over 20 years? That's right, 20 years I've been here with you, serving you, helping you, my neighbor, find pre-qualified home service professionals at checkapro.com. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, and that is taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself in terms of power. We're going to be talking about standby generators. You've heard me talk about them here before. I have got an expert from A&A GenPro here on the show with me. I'll be introducing Delton Landry very shortly. Before I do that, I want to give out the phone number because, again, today we're giving away, or he is, free mini generators. They call it the Mini Kenny generator. This thing is awesome. This is something that you want for your home or your car or truck, but you want it for your home first before you get your standby generator. So when the power goes out, you can use it to charge up your phone. It's got a flashlight, AM, FM radio. It has the weather band radio on it, so you can use it with your power outage. However, when A&A GenPro comes out, to install your new generator, you won't need the mini generator anymore, and you can retire that to your car, your truck, your boat, or give it to your neighbor or friend. I'm excited to announce that I have got Delton Landry here from A&A GenPro. Delton, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jim. It's great to be with you.
I am super excited, as you can tell. I love when you come on the show and give away free stuff. And you are giving away free things to my listeners today. I have to say, I've kind of trained my listening audience here in Houston to get free stuff from my expert guests. And well, I mean, why not? If they have to listen to me on the radio show, I should at least take something from you, right, Delton?
Well,
give it to them.
Sounds fair.
You're excited about what you do. You are an expert in this field. We're going to get into what you do and why it's so important for our listeners to consider and hopefully end up purchasing a standby generator for their house. Let's talk about what you're offering today. I'll go through the list, and if I've missed something, you tell me. Not only are you offering the Mini Kenny portable generator, which I love this thing, and we'll talk about it in more detail. I really love the fact they can listen to you and me when the power goes off because it's got an AM, FM radio built in. I see here on my sheet, $1,500 off any new generator from A&A GenPro. And you guys deal in Kohler, Cummins, we can talk about Generac and all the different brands. And you also have air-cooled and liquid-cooled. We'll get into the details of those as well. You also have a warranty. How many years is your warranty now?
Right now, we have a 10-year warranty that we're offering to all of our clients.
Okay, so the 10-year warranty, we've talked about that before. I love the 10-year warranty. Whenever I buy anything that's mechanical, anything, I'm really concerned about the warranty. So if I buy a 12-pack of Coca-Cola, not too concerned. Because even if it's defective, it's not a big investment. And there's really no moving parts, except for when I pop the top. Now, when it comes to a generator, literally a lot of moving parts, more expensive than a 12-pack of Coca-Cola. I want to be able to go to bed at night, rest my head on my pillow, knowing that if the power goes out, it's going to start up. And if it doesn't, and we're in our 8th year of the warranty, I can call Delton. And Delton's going to say, "What's up, Jim?" I'm going to be, "Not my generator," for some reason. It'd be like, "No problem. We noticed too on our end because we monitor your generator, Jim. We know we're just about to contact you. We've got a technician on the way out." That's how you guys operate, right?
That's how we operate, Jim.
Yeah. And that's what I love about you guys. So many people sell generators. Literally on the side of the road in Houston, there could be a sign that says, "We sell and install generators. We're the lowest price guaranteed." I'm thinking, okay, so this is someone who has somehow purchased a generator. They go down to the overpass and they hire day labor to install the thing. Now, I'm exaggerating, but that would be a shame. It really needs to be done by licensed technicians, electricians on site, right? I mean, this is an electrical thing, and plus there's gas involved. Why don't you talk a little bit about how important it is to be licensed, having the right permits depending upon what part of town, and hiring the right company to do it, because not all generator companies are equal.
They are not. And it's critical, Jim. Understanding the system from beginning to end plays into how that system gets installed, not just during the installation process, but even at the beginning. How do you size? How do you actually understand the electrical components with that at home so that you can ensure your clients are getting the absolute best investment?
Okay, so for those of you who have been considering getting a generator but didn't know who to call, have not pulled that trigger of making the phone call or filling out a form online, you now know who to call. Delton over at A&A GenPro. Here's his number, 281-805-8340. I've got some great news. Not only will he and his team come out at no charge, a site engineer comes out to do a site inspection. They will leave behind at no charge the mini portable generator. You can charge your phone, other devices with it. It's got a solar panel. It's got a flashlight. It has AM/FM radio and the weather band. It's totally portable. There are no strings attached. There's no obligation. 281-805-8340. 10 of my listeners are going to get in on this offer. This offer is not available anywhere else. If you want to learn more about A&A GenPro, certainly do this. Go to Google and type in A&A GenPro, A&A GenPro generators. You will find their website and all the information you need, all their great reviews, and it's there. But if you want to get the 10-year warranty, if you want to get $1,500 off the generator, and if you want to get the mini generator for free, you've got to call today, 281-805-8340. Delton, I like to tell people to put their credit cards away and their checkbook aside. You're not going to charge anything to come out for that consultation, are you?
No, Jim, our team goes out. We'll spend anywhere between 60 and 90 minutes getting to understand you, getting to understand your home or your facility, really seeing how you want to use your power anytime that your utility is out, and crafting together a specific system for your specific needs. No charge to you.
Fantastic. The best way to reach me with your questions is joe@checkapro.com, joe@checkapro.com. I call myself Check-A-Pro Joe on the radio, Delton, because Jim doesn't rhyme with pro. So we came up years ago with Check-A-Pro Joe. An email has come in from Mike from Katy, and he's got a question for you, Delton. We lost power for 8 days after Hurricane Beryl last year. My wife has medical equipment at home. What size generator do I need to run the whole house, including her CPAP and the AC?
It's always top of mind question for all of our clients, Jim. And we have to think about homes. Each of us live in our homes, and those homes can be drastically different, not just from size, but what we have inside of them, the power usage that we have. So that's why it's critical that our specialists meet with each of you. Mike, give us a call. We'll show up. Our team will be there. We'll go into a detailed questionnaire with you, get a deep understanding. And then from that, we'll be able to provide you with the best size system for all of your needs.
Mike, you can call 281-805-8340. Get more of your questions answered over the phone, but even better yet, have a site engineer come out at no cost to answer your questions in person. That way they can look at the actual site, your property, your house, how it's positioned on the property. Do you have propane? Do you have natural gas? Do you have room against your house? Oh, too close to a window? Maybe can't be. Maybe it's got to be moved somewhere else. Maybe you don't want it there because it does make some noise. So maybe you want it, removed. If you have acreage, for instance, there's some options. You don't have to have it right next to the house. If you live in a crowded neighborhood, and if you're from Katy, like in Cinco Ranch, Mike, maybe you don't have a lot of choices, like your neighbor's right on top of you. So, you might have to have it right near your AC or your pool equipment. No big deal. As a matter of fact, I think my pool equipment is louder than most generators. And that's something that is something I want to bring up, Delton, because a lot of people say, yeah, but they're so loud. That's not necessarily the case, is it?
It is not the case. Manufacturers have spent a lot of time investing in noise reduction. Enclosures now are well insulated. And as long as those are closed, they're locked. that decibel level is dropped drastically from what those older generators used to be.
I also think when it's 101 degrees out with 1,000% humidity, who cares, right? Or if we're having a freeze like we did back February 2021 and the grid went down, who cares? If it's that noisy, I'll put earplugs in. I mean, come on. Like this isn't meant to be generating power 24/7. This is an emergency type generator, right? This is a standby generator, which means it's standing by, ready to take over from the grid, from your provider. And we all know that the grid, our providers, are not as dependable as we would like. And I'll tell you something else that's come up, everybody. I've noticed this, and I've been around a long time. I've lived on Earth for decades and decades. When I was a kid, electricity was important, but not as important today. For instance, Mike had a question about CPAP, medical equipment. When I was young, I don't think there were CPAP machines. Don't know. The music has come up. That means we're going to go to a break. I'm going to give out Delton's phone number at A&A GenPro. You've got to call if you want to get that free mini generator. Call now, 281-805-8340. Again, 281-805-8340. Yes, I'll be giving out the phone number again after the break. But call now, 281-805-8340. Delton and I will be right back right after this, right here on Check A Pro Radio. Stand by.
Dennis Prager here. Just go to checkapro.com. You'll find names, phone numbers, affiliations, and license numbers, everything you need to feel confident about hiring a contractor and getting your project done right. Checkapro.com.
Houston, you know how this goes. One strong storm, heavy rain, a hurricane, a major freeze, and the power is gone. Right now, A&A GenPro is offering $1,500 off a brand new home generator, so your lights stay on no matter what the Houston weather throws at you. Now listen carefully. The first 10 callers today will also receive a free mini emergency generator, perfect for charging your phone with a built-in flashlight and an AM/FM radio. That's whole home backup power, plus a portable emergency generator, and only 10 of my listeners will get this deal today. Once those 10 are gone, that's it. Storm season is here. Don't wait for the next outage. Call A&A GenPro now at 281-805-8340. That's 281-805-8340. Houston weather is unpredictable. Your power doesn't have to be.
I'm taking what they're giving because I'm working for a living.
This is the Check A Pro Radio Show, sponsored by checkapro.com. To find pre-qualified local service providers, click on checkapro.com. Here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Jim Klauck.
When I promise something, I follow through. At least I try to. Here is the phone number at A&A GenPro to get your free mini generator. 281-805-8340. Again, 281-805-8340. We are now officially in hurricane season. And for those of you who don't know when hurricane season is, first of all, you must be new to town. Because if you're from Houston, you know it's from June 1st all the way through past Thanksgiving, November 30th, almost December, which seems kind of odd because these are cooler months. But the Gulf gets so warm. That's why we have tropical storms and hurricanes in November. Delton, I think the worst storms we get are going to be August, September, October, in general, after things have gotten heated up. Things are hot. It's Houston. We could get another hurricane again. And when that happens, you really want to have your own generator.
That is correct. You really do. Those months are critical, as you mentioned, just the heat level over the Gulf and how it rises. It is just fertile soil creating those storms that come in. And it's very unlike our typical storms because this will knock out power in large areas of the community. And of course, you're not talking about just homes. You're talking about businesses, homes, medical facilities. And it's really critical that you have that backup power to be able to sustain through those times.
Yeah, it's not just the people who are in Clear Lake and Galveston or Pearland. Sugar Land is not that far from the coast. But all the way up to Huntsville, if the winds are right, it can be devastating. And here's what's really interesting, what a lot of people don't understand. Yes, the winds are going to be stronger on the coast. There's no question. There aren't a lot of trees near the coast. The trees are north of I-10. They really are. So go for a drive one day and prove me wrong. When you start going into Cypress and Tomball and Spring and the woodlands and all the way up to the prisons, you will see more trees. Trees snap, they fall, they break, they take down power. And when they do that over and over again during a storm, it can take weeks and weeks to get power back. So ironically, some people who live toward the water near the Gulf may have underground wiring, underground electricity, and no trees. And they're like, yeah, we lost power for 24 hours. We're good now. Other people in the woodlands are like, we're on our second week. Wow. So you just don't know. Now, not to scare you, it's not just the storms, data centers. We keep hearing AI, artificial intelligence, data centers, chewing up electricity, coming to town, all over the country, actually. People are protesting. Some people are already spending more money on electricity for their residential home, which doesn't seem fair to me. And they may get brownouts, especially in the summertime when there's so much need for air conditioning. And I'll tell you, I think the local governments have been making deals with these AI data centers. They're going to give them priority over little guys like me. So we need to have our own generator. Delton, does any of that ring true, or am I just crazy?
Well, Jim, definitely not crazy. Those AI centers will certainly cause lots of implications to a community. You mentioned some of them as far as power, increased utility bills as well. They're going to hike the rate because of the utilization rate going up. Now your power plant has to produce more, so it costs them more in fuel to be able to produce that electricity. No, you're spot on, Jim. A standby power unit is definitely within all of our reaches, and it gives us that security that we need, knowing that no matter what our communities might throw at us, no matter what the environment might throw at us, we have the ability to sustain.
So, Delton, when you guys come out for the free site inspection, by the way, they'll be dropping off your mini portable generator when they come out. Quickly here, what are you guys looking at? You come out, you meet with Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You ask them some questions, obviously. And then what are you guys looking for inside and outside the house?
So inside the home, we're going to check out the panel. We're going to ensure that we understand what all is in there from a breaker perspective, what power is being used through that. We're going to go on the outside. We're going to look for your fuel source. We're going to look for your electrical utility source as well. We need to make sure that both of those are on site. Not having fuel is not a deal ender, but it does make an impact to the overall cost of the project. Once we've understood the location as well as the size of what we're dealing with for a gas meter and electric meter, that's going to give us the best understanding of where and how to approach the project.
I don't think I mentioned this. As low as $179 a month to get into a generator.
You got it, Tim.
$179 a month. And I'll tell you, $179 a month, I don't think I make a payment for anything that's $179 a month. Everything's expensive. My mortgage isn't close to that. Car payments are not close to that. My electricity bill is not close to that. Maybe a water bill, okay? Maybe. So, $179 a month, peace of mind. Also, it is going to help me sell my house faster if I decide to sell my house because it has another asset. I like to call these appliances. So I've got central air conditioning, I've got a swimming pool, a 3-car garage, whatever it is, and now I've got a generator. Wow, I'm going to beat out the other guy down the street trying to sell his house, and I'm going to get more for it. I don't know what the ROI is on it, but I'm probably not going to lose any money on it. Certainly, one of the most important things when you're selling a house is selling it quickly. So that in itself could be worthwhile. At the same time, Delton, I am able to get sleep at night. I put my head down on my pillow knowing that if the power goes out, I don't have to go to my garage or my shed, start up a generator, a portable one, make sure gasoline is in it, make sure the carburetor is not gunked up. My wife is like tapping me on the head at 2 a.m. There's no power. It's hot in here. Yeah. Go out and start that generator. We won't even know, right? When that generator starts, the standby generator, it starts up automatically. I've heard they start up within 5, 6, 10 seconds.
Oh yes, that they will respond. There's a startup time for them to be able to run and ensure that they're going to provide quality power. They're literally within seconds firing up and preparing themselves for that transfer. So when you're sleeping, exactly what you said, you don't even notice it. AC kicks back on, your bed, your fans running. You're living in your home just as if you had utility power.
Call now to have Delton and his team come visit you for a free site inspection. Put your checkbook away, your credit cards away. No need, no obligation. Call now, 281-805-8340. Oh, yeah. And you will get today only the Mini Kenny portable generator. This thing's awesome. I have one. It's got a solar panel, which will charge your batteries, your mobile devices. It's got a flashlight, AM/FM radio with the weather band. Even has a hand crank. If for some reason the batteries, and there's 2 sets of batteries, it's wild. In case the batteries fail because it's nighttime, you can crank it up and it's totally portable. Call now, 281-805-8340. Delton, another email, joe@checkapro.com, from Sandra in the Woodlands. I've been thinking about getting a Generac versus a Cummins generator. What's the difference, and which one does A&A GenPro recommend for a home our size? Now, she didn't include her home size. Let me help you out a little bit, Delton. Let's say it's a 3,000 square foot house. I don't even know if that's important, but 3,000 square foot house. What's the answer?
3,000 square foot house, we can comfortably place it. 20 kW Cummins, 26 kW Kohler, 17 kW. The reality is our systems are very fluid. We have mechanisms that we put in place where we can monitor the power, limit the power usage based on what's going on. Not that we completely cut it off, but we modulate how things are being ran. Homeowners don't even realize that these things are happening because it's functioning in sync with everything else that's happening. Your home's cool, everything's there. No, it may not kick on every 5 minutes, but it's going to continue to cool depending on what else is being used there. So definitely within 20K. And you mentioned Generac, you mentioned Cummins. The thing that I always tell all of my clients is it's not so much the name on the generator as it is the name behind the generator. It's the company you have that's coming that's going to be providing you with consistent service, maintenance. The installation is going to be professionally done according to code and industry standards. That's where a generator really makes the difference. Is who is it that is giving you that service on a daily basis?
And I would agree with that because you're not going to be dealing in generator brands that aren't good for your brand, A&A GenPro. Why would you have a poor product? That doesn't make any sense, right? So they're all good. They all do different things at different levels. In other words, they bring power back. They may be set up a little differently, operate a little differently. You're familiar with all those brands. You work with them. And depending upon the price point for your customer, some may want to spend a little more, a little less. So if they want Cummins, they're going to spend more than Generac. If they want a liquid-cooled Cummins, they're going to spend more than the Generac air-cooled, more than probably most air-cooled, right? You know, it depends. Do you want like the Cadillac version or the Chevy version? The Chevy will get you from point A to B, and so will the Cadillac. The question is what do you really want? And something I have learned is you can get a less expensive generator that just gets the job done if you want to spend less money and not necessarily power everything in your house. So if you have a 3,000 square foot house and you've got 2 AC systems and 3 pool pumps and all this other stuff, you may have to make a choice of what you want to have run during a power outage if you want a basic model. Is that fair to say?
And the wonderful thing about where we are now in the industry, there are so many different systems that we incorporate into our system that even go beyond what you just mentioned of being limited. We try to use that as less as we possibly can in limiting our clients. We just want to effectively use that equipment when we have available power. And by doing that, it gives a lot more flexibility than a lot of the systems that used to be put in.
So really, there is a generator for everybody. As little as $179 a month. If you want to spend more, you will get a higher level product. But that doesn't mean as far as I'm concerned, and Delton, you can correct me, that doesn't mean that the more expensive one is going to be more dependable and come on and the other one's not. They're all going to come on, right? They're all going to come on when the power goes out.
They're all going to come on. Absolutely.
You guys can monitor all of them from your remote location at your office, correct?
That is right.
Yeah. They will all do a weekly test. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The music just started. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we have another question. David from Cyprus has a question. And also, I want to talk about the difference between natural gas and propane options. Delton, how does that sound?
Sounds good, Jim.
All right. Call now, everybody. It's not too late. 281-805-8340. Get your free mini portable generator. 281-805-8340. Delton and I will be right back right after this, right here on Check A Pro Radio. Stand by.
This is Sebastian Gorka. If you're looking for a quality home service provider, log on to checkapro.com. That's checkapro.com.
Houston, you know how this goes. One strong storm, heavy rain, a hurricane, a major freeze, and the power is gone. Right now, A&A GenPro is offering $1,500 off a brand new home generator. So your lights stay on no matter what the Houston weather throws at you. Now listen carefully. The first 10 callers today will also receive a free mini emergency generator. Perfect for charging your phone with a built-in flashlight and an AM/FM radio. That's whole home backup power, plus a portable emergency generator. And only 10 of my listeners will get this deal today. Once those 10 are gone, that's it. Storm season is here. Don't wait for the next outage. Call A&A GenPro now at 281-805-8340. That's 281-805-8340. Houston weather is unpredictable. Your power doesn't have to be.